meeting, right away I could tell, ooh, she's good. Regina is. She's an excellent marketer, very strategic, brilliant, and did I say smart? Very, very smart. After graduating from the University of Toronto, Regina began her media career at SMW in 1988, working on several consumer and pharmaceutical accounts. SMW, an organization oriented to charitable works, was experiencing difficulties getting their employees involved in charitable work. Regina used her magic and turned things around, and before you know it, 100% increase in donations. In 1991, Regina took a position as account manager at HYPN. For one client in particular, she led and executed a media strategy that re-engaged senior management in the value of media expenditures. A central part of the success of this venture was out-strategizing a key competitor to secure title sponsorships within the Olympics. The result was unprecedented PR for the client, big-time kudos for HYPN, and ongoing support for future campaigns. That's Regina. When she moved to JSA in 1998, the effect of Regina Kay's School of Marketing was introduced to the pharma world. As media director, she was responsible for building the media department as well as the media planning and buying for over 10 of the largest accounts in the healthcare industry. She established lasting partnerships with external vendors and provided media training for both internal and external clients. It was at this point that our paths crossed, and I can attest to Regina's media expertise. As one of her vendors, she always treated me with the utmost respect. Among other things, she pushed me to think out of the box and instilled in me the courage to venture into organizing focus groups and conferences. You see, I learned this from Regina because she's organized media workshops for her clients and the industry. Regina's not just about creating blocking charts. She goes above and beyond the call of duty. She loves challenges and works tirelessly to ensure the success of an account, giving her clients so much more than 100%. In keeping with her desire to be challenged, she left the media department at JSA and became the VP of Strategic Planning, thereby launching a new division at Inventive. The new role included a much greater emphasis on research and strategy, two of Regina's loves. After 5 years of building this division within Inventive, Regina finally decided to fulfill a long-desired dream. She launched her own strategic marketing company, aptly named Regina Kay. Combining her analytical expertise with her creative sensibility, Regina has been immersed in helping clients with their marketing strategies and developing innovative, qualitative research techniques. Regina offers so much more than just business expertise. Beyond the business world, her talents include encouraging children to develop a love of reading. She helped with my kids. Strategizing at Scrabble. Do not challenge her. Choosing an excellent bottle of wine and being adventurous while dining. Go for the bison. If you haven't already experienced a witty conversation or debate with Regina, I challenge you to take the opportunity. I guarantee you'll walk away a better person. So it is a great honor for me today to present the award to my friend, Regina Kulikowski.
Well, I'll have to pay her later. I had prepared a somewhat lengthy interpretive dance to express my gratitude, but upon reflection have decided to forego my homage to Martha Graham in favor of a sincere and heartfelt thank you. Thank you to the clients, colleagues, and coworkers who've challenged me with their intelligence, who've impressed me with their dedication, and who've inspired me with their passion. I have the good fortune to work in an industry where these characteristics are in abundance, and I'm honored to be in the company of my fellow inductees, both past and present, who clearly demonstrate that they have exceeded these lofty standards. It is this atmosphere of intellectual rigor, scientific curiosity, and ethical purpose that elevates the work we do. Nowhere are the challenges greater or the rewards richer. I hope to contribute to this industry for a long time to come, despite my Hall of Fame status. So with that, I would like to thank all of my colleagues, particularly those who saw fit to nominate me. I will find you. To Pat Tramley for her kind words and for her immense generosity of spirit, and to Mitch and the Chronicle and the other organizations that sponsor this unique and really special event. Thank you very much.
The Hall of Fame Award was first conducted in 2002, and one of the first recipients was Phil Diamond, who was here with us today. And a few years ago, the nominating committee elected to introduce a new award and recognition known as the Phil Diamond Humanitarian Award. Phil reminds us that, yeah, we are in the business of healthcare, but being in the business of promoting healthcare and the professionalism and integrity of healthcare doesn't start and stop with our day job. And largely due to the relentless contributions that Phil has made to cardiac patients at the Scarborough Hospital, and also his tireless work with the Starlight Starbright Foundation, a foundation which is associated with the Children's Wish Society for chronically and terminally ill children, but focusing more on the parents and families and caregivers of the children as opposed to the children themselves. And as a result of that, we've started, the nominating committee has created the Phil Diamond Humanitarian Award. And it's with that spirit that I'm actually very honored today to be able to present the award to Morris Goodman, who spoke a little bit earlier today at the Congress. Now, Montreal is my hometown, and I currently live in Toronto, but we'll be relocating back to Montreal later this year. And if you're not in Montreal, then you may not appreciate how well known this man is in the Montreal area. His philanthropic efforts are really quite significant. They go beyond healthcare. He's very actively involved with Pro Marial, the OMETS Group, the Jewish Chamber of Commerce, a variety of associations. He graduated from the University of Montreal in the School of Pharmacy, and he still holds the record of being the youngest graduating student of the School of Pharmacy, and I think that's a record that will never be broken. He graduated at the age of 21, and he gives back regularly to his alma mater. Recently, he donated $3 million to create a building which connects the School of Pharmacy with the Institute of Research of Immunology and Cancer at the University of Montreal. But being Morris, he's not satisfied with graduating from one university. He has to graduate from another university. So 10 years later, he went to McGill and got a BA from McGill, and has donated a great deal to McGill. And recently, McGill University has officially changed the name of the McGill Cancer Center to the Morris and Rosalind Goodman Cancer Center. A few years ago, Morris and Rosalind were being honored by the Hope and Cope group for cancer survivors and recently diagnosed individuals with cancer. And that turned out to be somewhat of a prophecy, as their family was stricken by pulmonary cancer about a year later. So it was unbelievable the amount of money, time, and personal generosity that he's given to a wide range of philanthropic efforts in the Montreal and Quebec area, and it is indeed an honor to ask Morris Goodman to please come up to receive the Humanitarian Award.
It is indeed an honor to receive this prestigious award for philanthropy and community service. I gratefully accept this award. I'm happy to accept this award because it acknowledges what I and my family have done, and hopefully this will stimulate others. Business success alone is a fleeting legacy. Nobody laments on their deathbed that they should have worked harder, that they should have bid higher on a certain corporate acquisition. What they do regret is not spending enough time with family and giving back to community. We all have an obligation to leave this world a better place than the place we arrived in. Business success coupled with philanthropy, be it in time, money, or both, is the only enduring legacy. Last year, under the inspirational leadership of Steve Jobs, Apple's market capitalization exceeded Bill Gates' Microsoft for the first time. Steve may have won the battle, but Bill will win the war, and let me tell you why. I doubt if many of you know who Thomas Watson was. He was the CEO of IBM, the Apple of the 1960s through to the 1980s, who built IBM in a powerhouse and created monster shareholder value. Long after Steve Jobs is gone and likely out of mind, Bill will continue to triumph through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which has already dispersed $23 billion. Since 1994, and improving people's health and giving them the chance to lift themselves out of hunger and extreme poverty. Each one of us in this room can make a difference, each in our own way. That is, if we want to do it enough. To close, and most importantly, the lessons I have shared with you about the paramount importance of family and philanthropy, I have learned from my family. We teach by action, not by talk. So my advice is to show your children what satisfaction can be derived from being part of community and being charitable. This is the most vital legacy one can leave for a tolerable, stable, progressive Canada and a peaceful world. And by the way, it helps when you are married to a woman who spends her time, her whole life, as a volunteer. My wife does the work, and I do the talking. What a great partnership. Thank you for this honor, and thank you for the selection to the selection committee again for this prestigious award. Thank you very much.
Hello, Lauren. We've got a little surprise for you, obviously, so don't move too quickly, although I don't know that's your specialty. He's a funny man. It's a tough act to follow. Okay, I'm Wendy Adams. I'm the general manager of Galderma Canada, and as your competitor, I invite everybody in the audience to take Lauren out for a drink after the event today, well into the evening, actually. At the rate that you're launching products and the rate at which Valiant's buying up companies, I'm in no rush to have you return back to the office. Actually, for those of us in dermatology, in the space, we're competitors, we're colleagues, but we are also friends. We often work together on many associations. I am currently hold the title of the President of the Canadian Derm Industry Association, a title of which Lauren has held in the past. I sit as a member on the fundraising committee for the Canadian Skin Patient Alliance, along with Lauren. And I've worked alongside with him since the 16 years I've been in dermatology. So I think it's a happy surprise and a nice duty that I get to induct him into the Canadian Healthcare Marketing Hall of Fame. He is a native of Montreal, similar to some of you, and a McGill graduate. And many of us know Lauren really for the superb job he does hosting this event. I think you will all agree. But what many of you may not realize is what a skilled sales and marketer is? Well, actually, I see your selling skills boil down to basically begging and groveling. But let me correct the marketing oversight that people may not know of your history. So Lorne has established himself a reputation as a tireless worker, an expert mentor, and an innovative marketer in the pharmaceutical industry. In his many years with, as he started out with Dow Pharmaceuticals, strangely enough, my entry into the field as well, then with GlaxoSmithKline, and subsequently with Leo Pharma. In his recent past, he ventured into the consulting world where he's offered his expertise to several companies in the field, one of which being Galderma. I'd like to point out my table is full of people that you've consulted with in the past, and I'm sure you're going to respect your confidentiality agreement with those companies. As an aside, I will mention my husband is a lawyer, and you know, I am well versed in the legal language. Okay, so continuing on, he's now the Vice President of Valiant's Dermatology Division, and along with his other friendly competitors out here in the room today, I wish you all the success in your new position, but not too much success. Okay, so before you get up here and take the 2.5 minutes you're afforded, Lorne, we thank you very much for your service in the dermatology field, in your pharma industry roles in the past, and particularly more presently in hosting the Hall of Fame Awards. So let me open the black box. This is a good black box, and congratulate you and induct you into the Marketing Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Some say surprise, some say ambush. To whomever put my my name forward as a nominee, thank you. And to the nominating committee who approved it, I thank you very, very much. It's an honor. For me, it's a bit more than an honor. It's a highlight of my career, so thank you. What am I going to say? I'm going to call out two people. The first is Larry Falls, who's no longer with us, who was a recipient last year. Larry I always said he was a cross between Jack Nicklaus and Mark Twain. He had the ability to Jack Nicklaus made the golf swing look so deceptively simple, and Mark Twain said the reason why he wrote a long letter because he didn't have enough time to write a short one. And the ability to take a complicated, convoluted strategic plan and distill it down to make it look simple, deceptively simple, and easy to understand, remember, and communicate is a gift that Larry, I hope, taught me, and for one I'll be eternally grateful for, to be able to distill down the essence to meaningful, credible, competitive messages that can be delivered in a memorable fashion with integrity and passion. And those are the 6 dimensions that are required, and I thank him. Sorry. Sorry about that. The other person I'd like to call out is my spouse, Margaret. 40 seconds left. Larry was my greatest teacher. Margaret's my greatest critic, trust me. She doesn't suffer fools lightly, and she demands professionalism at all times, and I greatly value her opinion. More importantly than that, though, the current job in particular and previous jobs would not ever be possible for me to pursue if she wasn't there holding down the fort. So we've had 30-odd years together, and believe me, with me, they're odd. And I sincerely hope we have at least another 30 years together. So to Margaret, thank you. To Larry, thank you. And to everybody who made this possible. And surprise, very welcomed. Thank you very much. As part of my official duties, before we move this to a close, I'd like to acknowledge the previous individuals who were inducted to the Hall of Fame that we have here today with us. And I'll call out their names and I'll ask them to please stand for a collective acknowledgement. From 2002, Phil Diamond, Clifford Gilman, and Percy Sky. From 2003, we have Claude Perron and Jimmy Chandelier. 2004, Donnie Day, Rudy Fernandez, and Bob Lavoie. From 2005, Bob Hamilton, Robert Hamilton. 2006, we have a total of 22 people with us today. Liette Landry, Terry Johnson, and Joe Knott. 2007, Neil Hutton and Ron Miller. We did not have a ceremony in 2008. 2009, Deborah Brown, Ray Chapiziak, Sharon Henderson, and Dean Michelin. And from last year, Mario Daig, Vivian Vinet, Michael Tremblay, and Vince Lamanna. I'd like to say something about this year's inductees, but I think under the circumstances that's a little self-serving, so we'll just pass on that. And I just wanted to remind everybody that there's 363 days left to the next one. See you soon.